Hello, my name is Tony Beers, and this is Movie Grades.
And just like the movies, we play out our last scene.
Hey everybody, Tony Beers again, and in this episode of Movie Grades, we're going to be talking about Jurassic World. and,
Who am I?
oh, I got
Okay, stud.
this guy with me here. And, okay, first of all, I'll go ahead and say it that I really like the movie. And we're going to have some spoilers here, so here's your spoiler warning. I'll let you know we like it, but there's still some things I didn't like about it. And I'll get those out of the way first. Now, one thing I didn't like was the story itself, the plot of the movie. I was like, this is kind of cliche and very formulaic and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't really nothing new. I mean, the dinosaurs wreak havoc and go after the people, and you gotta stop them, and so that whole thing, I was like, what do you
But
think?
it was one big bad dinosaur, and then he broke out the pterodactyls,
Right.
and they were attacking. But it was like the other dinosaurs weren't, though. So it was just Indominus Rex, which sounds like something Prince Namor would yell out for his battle cry. Indominus Rex!
I mean, there was a couple cool scenes where they even had like dinosaur like petting zoos and stuff, and I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was I got to see it in 3D.
Yeah.
So
Well, we both did.
we didn't go together. But I saw that petting zoo. I'm like, aww. I just want to reach out and just pet him. Really? Seriously?
Okay.
I thought it was cute.
The next thing I didn't like was the bad guys. Specifically, I didn't like Vincent D'Onofrio's character, the fat guy who wanted to use the dinosaurs as weapons. He wasn't trying to hide his villainous ways. He came out and said, I want to use these dinosaurs as weapons. So you automatically knew he was a bad guy, and the film kind of felt kind of preachy to me, saying, here's the bad guy, don't use animals as weapons, or have this heavy-handed anti-war message going on. He might as well have worn a sign that says, I'm the bad guy, I think they could have been a little bit more creative or trying to hide that a little bit better than what they did. His story didn't make any sense to me anyway. Okay, he wants to use dinosaurs for weapons, but that didn't make any sense to me because I thought to myself, that would be like someone today saying, I want to train tigers to fight in Afghanistan. I was like, really? That just seems like such a goofy idea to me.
And another thing that I think that they should have went with to make it a little bit more realistic was they showed the huge humongous crowds for Jurassic World and this theme park. And I'm thinking, well, wouldn't there be also protesters there? Unethical treatment of dinosaurs? like PETA people?
They would have made a good villain too. I mean, but that would have just add too much going on, too much story. They had enough the way it was.
I was just throwing it out there.
You have a point. No, they could have done that. But is there anything that you didn't like about the movie?
Let's see, I didn't like the fact that the little boys went on a trip because apparently it looked like their parents were having marriage problems.
Yeah, so what, you didn't like that part of the story?
No, it's like, why didn't either the mom or dad go with them,
I think that was because they sent them away so they could be together to discuss their problems amongst them without having to deal with the kids. That's the way I saw it. And plus they were trying to have them bond with their aunt, their busy aunt, so something like that.
Their busy aunt who didn't have time until
Right.
trouble
Right.
came up, and then she dramatically changed personalities.
I don't think she really did dramatically change. I mean, she was a busy person. She had stuff to do. She was working. I mean, I can understand. Okay, your aunt's got the day off let's send you to her. But she didn't have the day off. She was busy doing her job. So I didn't see that as I didn't see her as an uncaring aunt at all. I just saw her as a busy aunt that had stuff to do. Um, but to get to your point about the divorce storyline, it didn't go anywhere. I mean, they never settled it. I mean, you don't find out if the parents have a divorce or not.
See, that was kind of didn't need to be.
Yeah, it didn't need to be there. I mean, it was kind of pointless subplot that didn't go anywhere.
No, it didn't.
This comes up in a lot of movies is the female character is running around with her high heels all the time.
Yeah.
And that didn't make a whole lot of sense. But the good thing about this movie is they bring it up. Chris Pratt's character brings it up in Bryce. So it is mentioned in the movie. She continues to wear the heels throughout the movie for some reason. But at least they mention it, which I appreciate. Go on to what's good about the movie. And yeah, the 3D was really good. I won't say that's the best 3D I've seen in a long time, but it was very good. For me, what stuck out to me was the scene with the pterodactyls flying over, and they really came out. And of course, the shark that came, the shark dinosaur that
Mega shark.
Mega shark.
We're calling him Mega Shark.
Mega shark.
Mega Jaws.
That ate the pterodactyls and that woman, by the way. That scene really stuck out to me.
It ain't the Great White.
Well, yeah, what did you think of... So what did you have to say about the 3D?
Oh, the 3D was wonderful. I mean, it's one of the best that I've seen in years. I mean...
Really?
I mean, you saw the vegetation, the plants moving.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that. I noticed the tooth of the claw going through the gyrosphere.
Right.
And I ducked for that one. Pterodactyls were flying, and I'm ducking for that one. I hear my mom sitting next to me because we went to see it, and she's going, "Oh shit!" So, oh yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Right.
even the 3D because we saw Avengers,
Yeah.
Age of Ultron in 3D. I mean, the 3D for this one was that much better.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
It really was a difference. You know, the dinosaurs were moving. I mean, like they were coming at you or walking to the side of you. I mean, it was just... I was blown away by the 3D.
Wow. What really stuck out to me in the movie was the action and suspense, and that's what you go to these movies for, to see the dinosaurs, to see the action and stuff. And that's where this movie really excels for me, especially. Like, scenes, when I say suspense, I mean scenes like when Chris Pratt and the other guy was tricked to going into the cage with the Indominus Rex.
You're on the edge of your seat.
You really are. I mean, when he's underneath that truck and he sees the other guy, and the other guy is screwed.
Yeah.
And then he, I don't know, cuts something under the truck and pours gasoline over him. Whatever that does is maybe the smell or something. I don't know. You were, like you said, on the edge of your seat. Going, even though it's Chris Pratt and he's the main character, you're still like, oh my God, is he gonna get it?
When they were in the old museum
Yeah.
next to the cars, and there's Indominus Rex right there, and you're
Yeah.
like...
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit. You're just
exactly. Exactly. That's the best part of this movie. Yeah, for me anyway.
And the boys being in the gyrosphere being
exactly
stuck. And they're being bounced around and rolled around and up and down, and you're like, these kids ain't gonna make it.
Action horror elements is what really excels for this movie. And let's face it, you don't really go for the story too much in these movies. You want to see the dinosaurs, and you want that kind of like reflex action that you get, that it makes you jump and stuff like that. That's what these movies are all about, and that's where those movies succeed, and that's why I like this movie. Oh, and the characters. Let's talk about the characters. I really like the characters. I like Chris Pratt. Like the boys say in the car, they're like, your boyfriend's a badass, you know, when they're talking to his aunt.
Yep.
I even liked her. She had some great moments. She has a great action scene at the end. But one character that kind of stood out to me that I personally related to was the nerdy guy at the computer. He's wearing the Jurassic Park t-shirt on.
Yep.
He's got his dinosaur action figure collection on his desk, like somebody we know. And he's just really into the dinosaurs. And then the poor guy at the end, he tries to have his hero moment. He's trying to impress this girl. He's like, somebody has to stay behind. And she's like,
Okay, bye.
And he's like, and he goes in to try to kiss her. Oh, I got a boyfriend. And then I was like, oh, you poor guy. I really felt for that guy at that moment.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how I mean when I relate to this guy. I'm like, I'm this nerdy guy with the t-shirts who's a fan, who has the action figure, who can't catch a break with the girl. I just really like that guy.
I like that guy too, and at that moment when he went in for the hug, she said, "Oh, I got a boyfriend." I was like, "You bitch."
I wasn't that bad, but yes, I felt for him quite a bit. I related to him.
Oh yeah, I think we all can here, and we're all that nerdy selves here in Toxic Pop, and hopefully you fans out there too.
So, is there any character that you liked or disliked or anything like that?
Chris Pratt's character I like because he was training the Velociraptors, which is a twist from all the other Jurassic Park movies.
Now, I'm going to interrupt you really quick, and I was talking to my other friend about this, and maybe you can answer. That's one thing about the story, too. Why was he training those Velociraptors?
They never really said.
See, I didn't think about it watching the movie. When it was only a couple days later, I was like, okay, he's training them, but why?
Easy.
To wrap this up, let's talk about the best part of the movie, in my opinion, which was that final scene. What do you think of that final scene?
It was built up to that. That's what it was meant to be. But it was all kick-ass. T-Rex and Dominus Rex fighting, and the Velociraptors are trying to help fight him, and the way it all ended was awesome.
Yeah. I want to say, you're the wrestling fan of the group, and I'm like, a wrestling fan has got to love this because you got everything in here. You got tag teams going on. You got like a feud going on.
Oh yeah.
You got the old versus the new, and that was one of my favorite parts of the movie. As a kid says, we need more teeth. And so she's like, okay, let's get some more teeth in here. Let's get in the original T-Rex, and that to me was like some old wrestler coming out of retirement, and also saying, that don't mess with the original. Like this is, everyone knows that the first Jurassic Park is the best Jurassic Park and will always be the best Jurassic Park, and so that's what they're saying is you got this new remake or reboot or whatever you want, or
I would
sequel.
call it a reboot, and I really would hopefully like to see a sequel.
Yeah, and come in, but don't mess with the original. The original will always beat out the copy. Anyway, we gotta wrap this up. So give your final thoughts and your final grade, sir.
The action, the suspense, the edge of your seat thriller, I definitely give this a B. A strong B.
Strong B, okay. For me, I have to agree with you. I mean, like I said before, there's things I didn't like about it. I thought the story was weak. I thought the villains were lame. But the likable characters, and the action and suspense, it has elements of a horror movie as well as an action movie, and that's what it excels at. And frankly, that's what we come to see. At least that's what I came to see, is to see the dinosaurs, to see the action, to see the chases, the suspense, and everything like that. Not so much the story. It's like did you use the word roller coaster ride? That's what you want. I'm not really that interested in the story.
No,
I admit it's not that good.
you're going more for the action and for the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And to be scared and
Yeah,
suspenseful, so it's kind of like.
yeah, exactly.
Then towards the end, you got the big hill, and then you went down, and you're like,
yeah, whoa. This was one of the best endings to a movie I've seen in a while. The ending battles, anyway, for monsters. So,
with a little hope from my friends.
exactly. Tag teams going on here. Yeah, and like you said, it's definitely be one that I'll be buying once it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray. But because of the things I didn't like it, I'm gonna have to give it a B-.
Oh.
And as I said in our Avengers review, I'm sorry, it does not top the Avengers. Avengers is still up there with me. One movie that might be fighting for Avengers that I've seen so far was an independent movie called Kung Fury. For me this year, it's gonna be Avengers 2 or Star Wars. Those are gonna be the two big ones. I don't see anything else topping it. So anyway, my name is Tony Beers.
Okay, stud.
We'll see you next time.
Toxic Pop has a new Facebook page. Like it to see pictures and keep informed about our upcoming events and videos. A link is in the description. Go to www.facebook.com/toxicpop1.